Gokaldas Exports reported a very muted growth for the third quarter, while the company's gross margins also contracted, although their profit after tax witnessed a growth due to higher other income. Now, the management had alerted us in the previous interview that things are looking a bit weak. There is a slowdown in pockets like Europe, and perhaps they could see muted growth, and that's what's come through in Q3. Sivaramkrishnan Ganapathi, the MD at Gokaldas Exports, joins us now to talk about that. Mr. Ganapathi, good morning. Last time you had mentioned that you would see single-digit growth, but it's slower than that. I mean, year on year, it's actually a fall of 0.3%, and quarter on quarter, it's a fall of 9% that we've seen on revenues. Tell us, how weak is the situation on the ground? Which are the pockets where you're seeing a slowdown, and do you see any recovery in Q4?
No, so the way I see it is it's a flat revenue, but our EBITDA margins have gone up. The reason the EBITDA margins have gone up is because we became a lot more productive, and we offset some of the headwinds that we've had in terms of slower demand coming through. So the company has done a lot of those things, which has resulted in a higher EBITDA margin, and hence profitability of the company, or the net profit, has gone up. I think we intend to continue our thrust on productivity improvement, better customer relations, etc., to weather through this short period of downturn. I had earlier indicated that H2 will be weak or will be soft, and that's how it's playing out. And that's the nature of the market, because the demand in the Western world has slowed down. I anticipate that somewhere from H2 of next year, we should start seeing growth back again, because in H2 of next year, we'll be producing for spring and summer of 24. And I anticipate that we should start seeing growth. In the interim, on a sequential basis, we will start slowly nudging up from Q3 levels. But the real strong growth will happen in H2 of next year. That's the current prognosis that I have. All this while, we will focus on keeping our margins and delivering a strong bottom line.
Okay, all right. Hi, good morning, Mr. Ganapathi. You want us that quarter 3 will be more or less flattish, and it's come more or less flattish on a year-on-year basis. Now, for quarter 4, you're sitting on a base of close to around 585 crores. That's what you did in the quarter 4 of last year. So on that sort of a base, will you be delivering again a flattish revenue number? And what happens to the revenue number for the year? I think earlier we were talking about a number in the vicinity of around 2,200, 2,300 crores. Is that still on? And on that base, what do we grow at? Go ahead.
So that the range that you indicated to me, that is as of now totally on. We will be delivering our numbers to that range. As far as quarter 4 is concerned, as I said in the immediately forthcoming quarters, on a linear basis we will grow. So the way I'm looking at it is that our quarter 2 was slightly lower than quarter 1, quarter 3 slightly lower than quarter 2, and I think we are more or less bottoming out in terms of sequential quarter on quarter. We will start seeing growth. Whether it will be equivalent to previous year's quarters, answer is probably not. But we will start catching up very quickly on it, and then start outperforming that. So the way I look at it, sequentially, we have been dropping in response to demand situation. But then that curve is now turning up, and we will start growing again sequentially.
Okay. I mean, Mr. Ganapathi, hi, good morning. Prashant here. The jury is still out whether we'll get a recession in the US or not. We get retail sales data this Wednesday out of the US. I think that will be closely watched. But, one thing everyone agrees that right now there is no recession. If it is to come, it'll come later. So when you say H2, perhaps strong growth, I mean, it's a projection, right? I mean, depending on how the underlying environment is.
So why I'm saying H2 FY24 is because H2 we will be producing for calendar 24. So by then, I'm anticipating that whatever recessionary effect that would happen in the US would be out of the way, and again, there will be a strong growth. The base effect will also help in that market. So that's the sentiment that I'm getting from talking to people there, and we are anticipating that calendar 24 will be strong, which means our second half FY24 should start picking up very strongly.
So if you can help us, sure. I mean, we're a little short on time, so if you can give us a number. You said by the end of FY23, you're looking at revenues of anywhere between 2,300 to 2,400 crores. What would it be in FY24?
No. So Prashant said between 2200 and 2300, and I concurred with that. So that's the number.
All right, 2200 and 2300, got that. And for FY24, what would the growth be?
My anticipation is there'll be growth, but it's hard to pin a number at the moment.
Okay, very quickly then, you said your margins as well. There's been focus on that, and this is Nigel, by the way, Mr. Ganapathi. What kind of a margin band will you look at? 11.5% odd, or can you improve from here?
So our effort will always be to improve from there, but at the moment, given the softness in the market, that's the kind of margin we will try to hold on. For sure.
Always good hearing your thoughts, Mr. Ganapathi. A little shorter chat is what we've had with you, but we look forward to touching base with you in the next 1 month or so and see how the situation is evolving in the US markets. For the time being, 2,200 to 2,300 crores is on for this